Hello students, welcome back to class. So in the last class I am given the convolution theorem. So today we will solve some of the examples, that is verifying the convolution theorem. So before that you write in a note before the examples. Convolution theorem can be stated equivalently L of f of t star g of t, that is equals to f of s into g of s. We are having in this statement, we are writing usually L inverse of f of s into g of s as f of t star g of t. For examples, let us write that term in this form, that is L of f of t star g of t equals to f of s into g of s. Consider this as first point. Right, next, to verify the convolution theorem, for f of t and g of t, we proceed as below. First, you find L of f of t, that is equals to f of s, and L of g of t equals to g of s. Then second point, evaluate f of t star g of t. This is equals to convolution of two functions definition. Integration from 0 to t f of u into g of t minus u into du. Then third one, find L of f of t star g of t, and then prove that L of f of t star g of t equals to f of s into g of s. That is, first find L of f of t equals to f of s and L of g of t equals to g of s. Then write the convolution between the two functions f of t and g of t by using the definition, and then find L of this convolution of two functions, that is L of f of t star g of t, and then show that this is same as writing product of f of s into g of s, so that we can say that convolution theorem is verified. So if you want, you can mention here which verifies convolution theorem. So I'll take examples now. First one, verify convolution theorem. Verify convolution theorem for the functions f of t equals to 1 and g of t equals to sin t. They will give the two functions. Question will be asked, verify the convolution theorem. Whenever two functions are there, in that if any function is constant, like f of t is given here as 1, this is constant. So whenever one function is given as constant, that procedure is not lengthy. So here this example will be asked for the 2 mark section. This is when if any one function is constant, because it is not lengthy. So according to procedure, first you have to calculate what is L of f of t and L of g of t. So I'll write, we have f of t is 1. So what is L of f of t? that is L of 1. L of constant is nothing but constant divided by S, and L of g of t. G of t is sin t. So L of sin t, standard function will be there always. L of sin t is nothing but 1 divided by s square plus 1. So after calculating this, next you calculate product of these two. F of s, this is g of s. We have to show that L of f of t star g of t equals to f of s into g of s. Either you calculate this first or this first, any one. At last you have to show that both are equal. So anyhow you have calculated f of s and g of s, means first I will calculate what is the product of this. So you write therefore f of s into g of s, this is equals to f of s is 1 by s into g of s is 1 by s square plus 1. Call this as equation 1. Next we will find convolution between these two given function, and then we have to find the L of that convolution of the two functions. That should we have to get it as same. If it is so, then we can say that convolution theorem verified. So right here we have to prove L of f of t star g of t, that is equals to f of s into g of s. This is already have calculated, equation 1. So to calculate L of f of t star g of t, first calculate what is f of t star g of t, and then later you can calculate L of that. So I'll write consider f of t star g of t. By the definition we are having, that is integration from 0 to t f of u into g of t minus u into du. So here f of t is given as 1, g of t is sin t. So I write therefore 1 star sin t, 1 star sin t, that is equals to integration from 0 to t f of u, f of t is 1. So if t is there, we would have substituted by u. So constant means you can leave that. You write only sin t as in terms of g of t minus u, or I will keep that 1 into as it is. Because of 1, if you are not writing, that is also okay. If other than 1 any other constant is given, that number you have to write here, into sin of t should be replaced by t minus u. Now integrate this sin of t minus u with respect to u. So integration of sin will be minus cos of t minus u divided by coefficient of u, that is minus 1, and limits are from 0 to t. So continue this. So we will get, that is equals to minus by minus, that will be plus. Substitute upper limit, we are replacing u by that limit. So if you are replacing upper limit u by t minus t, that is 0, we will get cos 0, then minus substituting lower limit u by 0, so we are getting cos t, and cos 0 value is 1 and minus cos t as it is. So this is 1 star sin t. Now we have to write the L of this. So write therefore L of 1 star sin t, that is equals to L of 1 minus L of cos t. L of 1 is 1 by s minus L of cos t, that is nothing but s by s square plus 1. Now difference is there, take LCM and simplify. We will get LCM will be s into s square plus 1, and here we have to multiply s square plus 1 and here s. So we are getting s square plus 1 minus s into s square. So plus s square minus s square will get cancelled. What you are getting? 1 divided by s into s square plus 1. This is the value of L of 1 star sin t, and this is nothing but, if you want you can write, this is same as writing L of f of t star g of t. So you call this as equation 2. Check here, equation 1 we got f of s into g of s as 1 by s into 1 by s square plus 1, that is 1 by s into s square plus 1, and again L of f of t star g of t we are getting as 1 by s into s square plus 1. So by equation 1 and 2 we are getting these two are equal. So you write, therefore from equation 1 and 2, L of 1 star sin t, that is equals to f of s into g of s, or you can write L of f of t star g of t, that is equals to f of s into g of s, which verifies convolution theorem. This is the procedure. It will be asked to mark section whenever function is given as constant. Let us move to the next example. You write second, verify convolution theorem. For f of t equals to sin t and g of t equals to cos t are taken both as trigonometry functions. No one function is constant here. So this example will be asked for 5 mark section. So write the solution. First we will calculate f of s and g of s. So you write L of f of t. L of f of t is sin t. So L of sin t, this is a standard function, that is nothing but 1 divided by s square plus 1. Call this as equation 1. Next, L of g of t. This is equals to L of g of t is cos t. So you write L of cos t, that is equals to, again it is standard, L of cos t is nothing but s divided by s square plus 1. Instead of calling this s by s square plus 1. Therefore f of s into g of s, product of these two, 1 by s square plus 1 into s by s square plus 1. Denominator s square plus 1 only there and product is there. So 1 into s, numerator s, denominator s square plus 1 into s square plus 1, that is s square plus 1 whole square. This is one part, RHS term f of s into g of s. Next thing we have to show that L of f of t star g of t should have the same value. So you write for the next part, consider f of t star g of t, that is equals to integration from 0 to t f of u into g of t minus u into du. So this implies f of t and g of t are nothing but sin t and cos t. So you can write left hand side sin t star cos t, that is equals to integration from 0 to t f of u, that is sin u, into g of t minus u, that is cos of t minus u into du. Now we are having integration is there with respect to u and product of sin and cos is there. So you can apply sin a cos b formula. Sin a cos b is 1 by 2 times sin of a plus b plus sin of a minus b. A is u, b is t minus u. So apply that formula. So you must remember all trigonometric function formula, transformation formula and all. So that 1 by 2 I'll write outside the integration. Then I'll write integration from 0 to t. First term, sine of a plus b, sine of u plus t minus u. So u minus u will get cancelled. What will remain? Only sine t. Then plus sine of a minus b, that is u minus of t minus u. So minus into minus plus u, it becomes u plus u means that is 2 times u, then this minus t. I am writing directly, remember the formula, into du. So you are having sum of two functions are there means you can integrate easily with respect to u, and this 1 by 2 is common for both the terms. So that is equals to, I'll write 1 by 2 as it is. I'll put the flower bracket. First function, integration from 0 to t sin t with respect to u. Integration of sin t with respect to u means sin t will be act as constant, because with respect to u you are having integration. So keep sin t as it is into integration with respect to u means you will get u. This is constant, this is the integrated term. So you write the limits 0 to t. Then integration of sine of 2u minus t. So here u term is there, with respect to u are having integration. So integration of sine means you can write minus cos of 2u minus t divided by coefficient of u, that is 2. So write the limits 0 to t. I hope you are getting this step. Next, that is equals to now simplify here. That is equals to, you write 1 by 2 as it is. First we'll substitute upper limit and lower limit. So sin t is constant, keep as it is. Then for u substitute upper limit and lower limit. So it will be t minus 0 or only t you can write. And here constant is minus 1 by 2. Then again replace u by this t minus 0. So we'll get, if you are replacing upper limit, 2t minus t means that is t. Then minus substituting lower limit, u by 0. So we'll get cos of minus t. Cos of minus t is again plus cos t only. Again I'll put the bracket because this minus 1 by 2 is product of these two. Now simplify it. So we'll get, that is equals to 1 by 2 as it is. T minus 0 is t, t into sin t, t into sin t. Then minus 1 by 2 cos t. Then minus cos of minus t is again plus. So it is outside negative, that negative will be as it is, and these two negative, that is plus 1 by 2 cos t. So that minus 1 by 2 cos t plus 1 by 2 cos t will get cancelled. So you are remaining with only 1 by 2 times t into sin t. This is what f of t star g of t. So now you operate L on both the sides. So you write therefore L of f of t star g of t, that is equals to 1 by 2 times L of t into sin t. So here t into sin t is there under the operation L. So here this is of the form Laplace transform of derivative. So write correctly 1 by 2 as it is. L of t into sin t can be written it as minus d by ds of f of s, that is minus 1 to the power n into fn of s. So here 1 by 2 constant as it is into minus d by ds of f of s. F of t is sin t, f of s is 1 divided by s square plus 1. So differentiate this once and multiply this negative. So this negative I'll take here beginning minus 1 by 2 derivative of this with respect to s, that is nothing but minus 2s divided by s square plus 1 whole square. Since product is there, you can cancel 2 by 2 and minus into minus plus. So you are getting s divided by s square plus 1 whole square. This is what we are getting, L of f of t star g of t, and this is same as equation 1, that is f of s into g of s. Since by equation 1, so we can mention here which verifies convolution theorem. I hope you are getting the procedure. So I'll take one more example, then I'll conclude. Third example, I'll take it as f of t as t and g of t as e to the power t. Again question is same, verify convolution theorem. So right, first we have L of f of t, that is equals to L of t, that is 1 divided by s square, and L of g of t, that is L of e to the power t, this is also standard, it is 1 divided by s minus 1. So this is our f of s and it is g of s. So you write therefore f of s into g of s, that is equals to 1 by s square into 1 divided by s minus 1, that is nothing but 1 divided by s square into s minus 1. So call this as equation 1. Next we'll find f of t star g of t, that is equals to integration from 0 to t f of u into g of t minus u into du. So here f of t means t, or else if you want you can take e to the power t. Which one you have taken in the beginning, same thing you have to take. So I'll take t star e to the power t. So you write t star e to the power t, that is equals to integration from 0 to t. So f of u means t should be replaced by u, into g of t minus u means e to the power t should be replaced by t minus u into du. So now we have to integrate this u into e to the power t minus u with respect to u. So you have to apply by parts method here. So I'll mention by using parts. By using parts we get first function as it is. So I'll write u as it is into integration of second function, that is e to the power t minus u divided by coefficient of u, that is minus 1, up integration from 0 to t, then minus again integration from 0 to t, derivative of u, that will be 1, again this integrated term. So I'll write e to the power t minus u divided by minus 1 into du. So this is equals to this negative you can multiply in the beginning. So I'll take in the beginning, that is minus u so I'll do substitute upper limit and lower limit. This negative I am keeping as it is. U means t minus 0. So you write that as t minus 0. Then plus sorry, I'll write next line only. That is equals to negative, I'll keep as it is. Then first we'll substitute upper limit. Whenever u is there, that u should be replaced by t. So you write that as t into e to the power t minus t. Upper limit you are substituting, t minus t means 0, so e to the power 0, that will be 1, so only t remains. Then minus, substitute lower limit. Lower limit is 0, that is u should be replaced by 0, so 0 into anything means it is in total 0. So this is over. Next part, minus into minus, that is plus. Then again integrate this. You are having one more time integration is there with respect to u. So again integration of e to the power t minus u will be e to the power t minus u divided by coefficient of u, that is minus 1. Again limits are from 0 to t. So simplify it. So I'll multiply this negative inside. T minus 0 is t minus into t, that is minus t. Then this minus and another minus, so minus into minus plus. Now again substitute upper limit and lower limit. If you are replacing upper limit, e to the power t minus t 0, e to the power 0 is 1. Then minus, substitute lower limit. Lower limit is 0, u by 0 means we are getting e to the power t. So I'll write first positive term. We are having 1, sorry, this negative is only for this term, this negative. So I'll write here only minus, so that becomes minus t, and this minus here I'll write here, so that we'll get minus t, minus into 1 minus 1, minus into minus plus e to the power t. All of you correct that. I have taken commonly negative, that is not commonly, only for this part this negative, so I have taken inside. So I'll write first positive term e to the power t, then minus t minus 1. This is our f of t star g of t. Now we have to apply operator L on both the sides. So you write therefore L of f of t star g of t, that is equals to L of e to the power t minus 1, or you can write directly L of e to the power t minus L of t minus L of 1 by using the linearity property. So this is equals to L of e to the power t is 1 divided by s minus 1, then minus L of t is 1 divided by s square, then minus L of 1 is 1 divided by s. So this is equals to, take LCM here. I'll take LCM as s square into s minus 1. So here you have to multiply s square minus, here already s square is there, so you have to multiply s minus 1, put the bracket because outside negative is there, then here s is there, so inside for the numerator we have to multiply 1s into s minus 1. So now simplify the numerator term. I'll keep first s square as it is, then multiply negative sign minus s, minus into minus plus 1, then minus s into s minus s square minus s into minus 1, that is plus s divided by s square into s minus 1. So numerator plus s minus s which will get cancelled, s square minus s square will get cancelled, so it is remaining only 1. So I am getting 1 divided by s square into s minus 1. This is L of f of t star g of t. And check what we got, f of s into g of s. We got f of s into g of s as 1 divided by s square into s minus 1. That is same thing we are getting. So right, this is equals to f of s into g of s, since by equation 1. So we can write which verifies convolution theorem. So take one example, try it yourself. Fourth example, verify convolution theorem for the functions f of t as sin t and g of t as e to the power minus t. This is for 5 mark section only. Try it, get the solution. So that I'll stop this type of examples today. In the next class, I'm going to give the finding the inverse by using convolution theorem. All of you write the notes. If any doubts means you can contact me. So take care. Thank you.